And welcome to 123. My name is Frank, and I will be your host. I'm still working on what exactly to say, but that's what I got. And we are, as always, uh, about an hour away from the show to start. And which show? Dynamite, of course, and that is on purpose. So you can get all your wrestling news and then go watch some Dynamite and have a good time. And got a bit of bad news today, as most people watch or pay attention to any kind of wrestling know that we just lost Jay Briscoe, and so that is completely tragic. And luckily tonight we are having there's going to be a match between Mark Briscoe and Jay Lethal, which will be really cool. And so without further ado, Jamin Pugh was born January 25th, 1984. And he passed away on January 17th, 2023. Better known by his ring name, Jay Briscoe was an American professional wrestler. He was best known for his work with his brother Mark Briscoe as the Briscoe Brothers in Ring of Honor, with the duo becoming ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Champions and record-breaking 13-time ROH World Tag Team Champions. He was also a two-time ROH World Champion. The Briscoe brothers made their debuts for Combat Zone Wrestling at Delaware Invasion on January 20th of 2001, being brought into job as part of a 3-on-1 handicap match against Trent Acid. At the inaugural Best of the Best event, a show somewhat atypical of CZW in that it is a tournament spotlighting athletic junior heavyweight wrestling as opposed to violent hardcore matches. The two advanced past the first round in a three-way match with Nick Mondo, where the stipulation was whoever took the fall would be eliminated. They were then matched against each other in the second round, with Jay winning and advancing further. This match was seen by fans as the best of the tournament, and seen in retrospect as having been responsible in large part for helping launch the brothers' careers, as they were new to the independent circuit and very young at the time. After losing in title opportunities at Breakaway Brawl and A New Beginning, the brothers won the CZW Tag Team Championship. After losing the title opportunities at Breakaway Brawl and A New Beginning, the brothers won. Oh, sorry, repeating myself here. On July 14, 2001, as they defeated the original H8 Club at H8 Club Dead, they lost it. However, in their first defense to Johnny Cashmere and Justice Payne on July 28, 2001, at what that time even facing Justice Payne for the CZW Heavyweight Championship at September Slam on September 8th, which he lost. At the end of the 2001 and into 2002, CZW territory, that is the area in which they held the majority of their events, was shifting from Sewell, New Jersey to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In order to hold events regularly at the old ECW arena, beginning with December 15, Cage of Death 3, at this event they faced Nick Gage and Nate Hatred, but wore masks and were identified as the Midnight Outlaws. This was likely to get around the fact that Jay was only 17 and Mark only 16 at the time. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. So they were really young when they started. Then they were Jersey All Pro Wrestling, and Jay Briscoe made his Jersey All Pro Wrestling debut on March 24th, 2001 at March Madness Night 2, losing to Insane Dragon and Dixie, teaming with his brother Mark Briscoe. It is unclear how, if at all, Jersey All Pro Wrestling ownership and management worked around Pennsylvania's child labor law. So they still were youngins at that point. The Briscoe brothers have wrestled most extensively for Ring of Honor. Jay wrestled on ROH's first ever show. The Era of Honor begins, losing to Amazing Red. Mark seconded him to the ring, but could not wrestle because of Pennsylvania's child labor laws. Most of the ROH's earliest shows took place in Philadelphia. Jay wrestled each of ROH's next 4 shows against Spanky, Tommy Malamute, Doug Williams, and James Renaltato, losing to all but Malamute. At Honor Invades Boston, when Mark was able to perform, he defeated his brother in the second to last match of the night. The brothers went on briefly to feud against each other, during which time Jay scored a non-title win over ROH champion Xavier at Glory by Honor. Let's see. Return in multiple tag team championship reigns. The Briscoe brothers returned to ROH at the 4th anniversary show in 2006, forcibly including themselves in a match that was first between the teams of Tony Mamaluke and Sal Renaro, Jason Blade, and Kid Makazi. They won in their re-debut. They then feuded with the tag team championship again, but much as they had Styles and Red 3 years earlier, they lost in 3 shots against the champions at the time, Austin Aries and Roderick Strong, at Ring of Homicide, Destiny, and Unified. As before, the storyline was that this cost them any chance at the belts for as long as those champs held them. It was around this time that the Briscoe brothers became enforcers for Jim Cornette's heel character as ROH commissioner, fighting battles against his enemies, most notably Homicide and his partner Samoa Joe, at Glory by Honor 5, Night 2, in an Anything Goes, Falls Count Anywhere elimination match at Dethroned. ROH World Champion. On April 5th, at Supercard of Honor 7, Jay Briscoe defeated Kevin Steen to become the ROH World Champion. Briscoe made his first successful title defense on May 4th, 2013 at Border Wars 2013 against Adam Cole. On June 22nd, at Best in the World 2013, Jay successfully defended the ROH World Championship against his brother Mark Briscoe. The following day, Briscoe made another successful title defense against Matt Hardy. During the weekend, ROH shot injury angles with both Briscoes. On June 25th, it was reported that Jay Briscoe's contract with ROH had expired and would not be renewed. On July 3rd, Ring of Honor stripped Briscoe of the World Championship, while also noting that Jay was stated to be out of action for 3 to 6 months. Then they had record-breaking tag team championship reigns. At Field of Honor, the Briscoes, Jay Briscoe and Mark Briscoe, were in tag team gauntlet match where they were unsuccessful. They were unsuccessful in winning the ROH World Tag Team Championship, which included The Addiction, Chris Daniels and Frankie Kazarian, War Machine, Hanson, and Ray Rowe. Also known as the Viking Raiders now. The All Night Express, Ray Titus and Kenny King. Chaos, Guido and Toro Yana, Cheeseburger and Will Ferreira, Leon St. Giovanni, Shaham Ali at All Extravaganza 8. The Briscoes teamed with Toro Yana and were defeated by Kushida, ACH, and Jay White in the first round of the ROH World Six-Man Tag Team Championship Tournament and Final Battle. On April 1st, 2022, at Multiverse of Matches, the Briscoe brothers made their Impact Wrestling debut, losing to the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows and Carl Anderson. On May 7, 2002, they defeated Violent by Design, Eric Young, and Diener, and Under Siege to win the Impact World Tag Team Championship for the first time. On May 8th, taping of Impact Wrestling, they successfully defended titles in a rematch against Violent by Design, but at Slammiversary, they lost the title against the Good Brothers. New Japan Pro Wrestling. Through ROH's working relationship with New Japan, the Briscoes made their New Japan debut on January 4th, 2016 at Wrestle Kingdom. In 2000 in Tokyo Dome, where they teamed with Toru Yano to defeat the Bullet Club, Bad Luck Fail, Tama Tonga, and Yujiro Takahashi to become the inaugural Never Openweight Six-Man Tag Team Champions. And this is an issue, the controversy. In case you didn't know, in June of 2011, Pew caused controversy for making homophobic remarks when he tweeted that he saw a lot of fags out in New York today. 2 months later, in the aftermath of Hurricane Irene, he wrote it on Twitter to dedicate the hurricane to all the hoes, sluts, skanks, he, she's, she, he's, and homos that be whoring it up on the East Coast. In May of 2013, he attracted a more widespread backlash for a tweet that said that the Delaware Senate passed a bill yesterday that allows same-sex couples to get married. If that makes you happy, then congratulations. Try and teach my kid that there's nothing wrong with that, and I'll fucking shoot you. Okay. Later that month, he apologized for the comment on ROH's website and again at a house show, explaining that the comments were meant to reflect the worldview of a redneck character he plays on TV and not his real views. He also agreed to donate his full salary for the next 2 shows to the Partners Against Hate charity. In 2021, Ian Riccaboni, who's an active LGBT campaigner outside of wrestling, stated if folks only knew how Jay supports and puts over all talent, specifically LGBTQ talent, as a leader in the locker room. Following his death in 2023, wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer stated that within the wrestling business, Pew was considered to have completely reformed his views on LGBT community following early 2010 tweets, and that Pew enjoyed the support of LGBT wrestlers such as Effie. And of course, the last part is that he died on January 17, 2023. Some reason this never occurred to me, but he passed away the same time as my father, same day. So that's interesting. Well, that means something to me. 8 days before his 39th birthday, another driver crossed the center line and hit Pew's vehicle head on. His daughters, who were in the car with him, suffered serious injuries. His death was announced on Twitter by AEW and ROH owner Tony Khan. 8 days later would have been his 39th birthday. On January 18th, an episode of Ring of Honor Club was created as a Briscoe tribute show entitled Jay Briscoe Celebration of Life. The next day, Wrestling Observer radio journalist Dave Meltzer revealed that plans were made to hold another tribute to Briscoe when Ring of Honor resumed airing its weekly series later in the year. On January 20th, WWE SmackDown, WWE Connor Michael Cole paid tribute to Briscoe, labeling him and Brother Mark as one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling. And so I wanted to say something about that, and that because of the controversy, the folks at Warner Brothers Discovery have basically said that there's no way that he was going to be able to go and do a show. And there was a lot of um, outcry from fans and from fans and from um and it's been so basically um they were going to let him do it, and then they changed their mind finally after enough outcry. And who knows, maybe Jim Cornette saying that he would make that guy, whoever it was, a living hell might have helped. I don't know. But anyway, so they finally changed their mind, and they decided that Mark could wrestle on the program. And so there's going to be a match between Jay Lethal and Mark Briscoe tonight on Dynamite, and that's going to be right at 5 o'clock. And I think I'm going to do the classy thing tonight. We read a thing about him being a superstar. I honestly don't know much more than what I read in that article, and it really affected me just going back through it and thinking about it. And one thing to mention is his daughters are currently in the hospital going through some things, and my heart is there for them. And there's ways you can donate, and I don't have the information there, but if you check one of these pages, Twitter or Facebook, I will make sure and put that information up so that people can donate. But we wanted to go on and say something. Oh, also, right before I leave, you can, if you want to support the program, you can go on to tpublic.com /stores/gaming-fixx. And there you can find some great swag for the 1-2-3, and as well as including coffee mugs, notepads, t-shirts, and all of our t-shirts right now until Sunday are $14 with 35% site wide. So check those out. and that will definitely help us out. Is L having issues now? And anyway, we will get you the information to help Jay if you decide to do that. And thanks for tuning in. Well, let's see what the other matches are. We can talk about the other matches for a minute. I hate to. I mean, it's so close to almost, but definitely looking forward to Mark Bishop versus Jay Lethal. Let's see what else we have as far as the show tonight. Oh, here's the matches right there. Let's see. This is from a tweet. We have Brian Cage versus Bryan Danielson, the Acclaim versus the Guns, Tony Storm and Ruby Soho, Jungle Hook versus Ethan Page and Matt Hardy, Buddy Matthews and Darby Allin, Chris Jericho and Sammy Guevara versus Ricky Starks and Action Andretti. So these would be some pretty solid matches. I think Brian Cage and Bryan Danielson will probably be the worst match that we've seen. And let's see the rest of the matches here. The Acclaimed and the Guns could be a pretty good match. Buddy Matthews versus Darby Allin could be a really good match. Jungle Hook, Ethan Page, I think is pretty good, but I don't know about Matt Hardy. Sometimes it depends. So I guess it'll be interesting to see. But obviously, the Mark Briscoe versus Jay Lethal match is, I think, what a lot of people are looking forward to. And I think it doesn't look like it's going to be the main event, though. I think the main event will be Darby Allin versus Buddy Matthews. So maybe we'll get that Briscoe Lethal match right away at the beginning of the program. But that is really all I'm going to discuss today. So please enjoy the program. And thanks for tuning in. I know it's been a while since we've been in. We're going to try and get in more regularly. Thanks, everybody. Bye.